Protein rating. Sometimes we want our proteins to die. That's right, you're murdering millions of proteins as we speak. But it's okay. I forgive you. Ubiquitin is a ubiquitous protein present in pretty much all living things. That's because its job is to uphold some ubiquitous processes like cell signaling, trafficking, DNA repair, and murder. Sometimes we don't fold our proteins correctly, and that can actually be dangerous, because misfolded proteins can not only be toxic, but they really like to stick together with each other. So, if they don't get cleared, they can form aggregates. Luckily, our cells can recognize these misfolded criminals by their exposed hydrophobic residues. Disgusting! Once that misfolded protein is recognized, we need to target it for destruction by adding some ubiquitin to it, and there are 3 enzymes that help out with that. We have one enzyme that activates the ubiquitin, and then it passes off the ubiquitin to another enzyme, and then that enzyme gets a hug for moral support as it adds the ubiquitin to the target protein. They do this a couple of times actually, so that we end up with a chain of ubiquitins, and that specifically says, kill this man. Now that the protein's fate is sealed, it enters the 26S proteasome, a full, misfolded polypeptide with its whole life ahead of it, and leaves as a bunch of little peptides. Good! We want bad proteins to die. Sometimes we want good proteins to die if we don't need them anymore. Mitosis couldn't continue if we didn't murder the proteins that hold our chromosomes together during anaphase. They may not be defective, but we gotta move on. A messed up ubiquitin response means letting proteins live that should die. Neurodegenerative diseases like Alzheimer's or Huntington's often involve aggregations of these misfolded proteins. This both overwhelms and sabotages the ubiquitin response. 10 out of 10, ubiquitin keeps life moving forward, even if it means murdering.